Hello and welcome to another episode of the Hardcam Wrestling podcast with me, Ryan Sangster, and Joseph Parr.
All right, lads. Well,
lad, yeah, just the two of us. We
just the two of us.
I'm going to go through things all New Japan from yesterday's show with the World Tag League final and obviously the Best of the Super Juniors final as well. So basically, it's just a review pod of what's been going on leading to Wrestle Kingdom in January. Are you looking forward to Wrestle Kingdom?
Oh, I cannot tell you how excited I am for Wrestle Kingdom. It's the best way to start off a year, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the first pay-per-view since the last Wrestle where they've just been like, oh, this is going to be sick.
Yeah.
I've actually booked the time off work so I can watch it live.
We have. We've both booked it off work and we're ready.
We're ready to go. I'm going to be sitting there in my Switchblade Jay White t-shirt.
I'm going to be sitting there in my Jeff Cobb t-shirt.
You got a Jeff Cobb on, yeah?
I do have a Jeff Cobb t-shirt, yeah.
That's boss. That's it. I've got a Will Ospreay one as well, so I might have to be t-shirts for the matches.
Do the Seth Rollins at Survivor Series and just cut them in half. Half Raw and half Seth Rollins t-shirt. Just do half Will Ospreay and then half Switchblade.
Yeah, so we'll just get straight into the show yesterday. Now, the first match was the Toriano match, which I skipped.
I'll take the lead on this one. So it was Taiji Ishimori, the current IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, opening the show for some reason. Versus the best, teaming with the best wrestler in the world, Chase Owens, and Bad Luck Fale. And they're taking on Toriano, Robbie Eagles, and Show. It was just a Toriano match, really. Just a standard opening tag match for New Japan. Nothing really much happened. Toriano started off the match trying to body slam Bad Luck Fale, which didn't work out very well for him. There wasn't really much to talk about. Robbie Eagles looked quite impressive, but he's good. He's a great wrestler, so he's not going to not. We'll just go straight into the finish because there's nothing else to talk about. It was Chase Owens got, I believe, Robbie Eagles up into a straitjacket German, and then Bad Luck Fale hit him with a lariat, and then he hit the German suplex, and that was it.
That was the finish.
After the match. Yeah, that was it. It looked all right, to be fair. Toriano went to attack Bad Luck Fale after the match, tried to body slam him again. That didn't work. Bad Luck Fale broke his King of Pro Wrestling provisional trophy, I think it's called. So I think if at the end of this year he's still got it, he's the best wrestler of 2020, I think it is.
Yeah, and then
that's how it works.
Again, the next year or something, is that? Or do they scrap it?
Yeah. But anyway, the trophy's broken now, so...
Isn't it eventually going to be a championship as well, I think? I've seen
write-ups. Because I don't like trophies.
No, I mean, it's good for the tournaments, Best of Super Juniors and all.
Yeah.
You don't want to be defending.
They don't carry them around with them.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like, what you call it? Like the ring in AEW at the moment, where they put it on the line in the battle royal.
Didn't Progress start off with a staff and not a championship belt?
Did he? Yeah. I'm not too sure on that one, but it just sounds a bit.
Yeah, it was a perfectly fine match just to start the show. Anything after this though? Eh?
It's then, and it's like a pre-show, isn't it? Really, show anything after that.
Really, yeah. It's usually reserved for the Young Lion spots, isn't it? Like Young Lion and fucking Toa Hanare or something, taking on a team which they're going to squash them.
Exactly, yeah. So obviously we move into the second match.
This is where it gets good. This is where it gets good.
Yeah. 6-man tag match, and you've got obviously Okada, Tanahashi, and Hanare versus Will Ospreay, Cobb, and Great O'Khan from the newly formed The Empire faction with B. Priestley at ringside.
I really like Toa Hanare.
Do you know, I haven't seen too much of him, but he done well in this match. But it's the same with Great O'Khan. I haven't watched too much of him either, and I thought, he didn't look out of place
when he was on an excursion to Red Throat. He was undefeated, wasn't he?
Was he? Yeah. Do you know, the
I think
first
so.
time, obviously, when he appeared with Ospreay,
Yeah, it's the first time I saw him as well.
I think, wasn't this the first time they teamed together, the three of them in
Yeah,
a
I think
match?
so.
That's
Yeah,
what they
because
were saying.
obviously Cobb and O'Khan have been teaming in World Tag League, haven't they?
Yeah, but it's the first time they've tagged with Ospreay as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, go
is
on.
it? So we start with the face team. So you got Okada, Tanahashi, and Hanore. They're keeping Okada away from his corner. You know, as you normally see in the start of a tag match, and then it switches the other way around, where obviously then the Empire keep Tanahashi away from his corner. Like I said before, Okada doesn't look out of place when he's facing the likes of Tanahashi, which is good considering he's only just come out of his excursion. Empire are looking good as a team, working together with Jeff Cobb then picking up the win on Hanore. See,
He
in this
pinned Hanare, didn't he?
yeah, he pinned Hanare, and obviously in the match, which I did like, to be fair, is they managed to have Ospreay and Okada not spend much time versus each other in the
Yeah.
match.
They started off the match with a few elbows and shit, but they didn't do much, did they?
No, exactly, and I think there was one time in the middle of the match where they ended up together, but it was like another 2 minute like segment,
Yeah.
if you like, because they're saving it for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
The match wasn't too bad. It did what it needed to do, which is obviously setting off Ospreay versus Okada.
Yeah.
And obviously after
And
the
I
match,
think Great O'Khan versus Tanahashi, I think, as well.
yeah,
Obviously,
actually,
after the
yeah.
match, yeah, we'll talk about it.
So after the match, as you just said, then we have the Empire attack, and Ospreay hits the Oz cutter on Okada, and then Khan repeatedly smashes Tanahashi's knee with a steel chair.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be, I reckon, O'Khan and Tanahashi at the Dome.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset with that. Like I say, he did look good. It's a good way to get him, onto Wrestle Kingdom straight away. And I
Yeah.
can't see him actually, but if he puts on a decent show, then he's going to start getting a following.
Yeah.
So the Empire look
Yeah.
really strong.
It'd be like it'd be like what Jay White did when he came in and just faced Tanahashi.
Yeah, but it builds them up, and it was the right thing to do. You know, they've got to go through
Yeah.
the big day to make a name for themselves, which is
Yep.
obviously what Ospreay are doing. Just moving into the heavyweight division and going after Okada.
Yeah.
So I think Ospreay is really shooting being a heel leader of a faction right now.
Do
Like
you
the
think they need
promo.
someone else?
Do you think?
I think they could do with maybe one or two more. I
See,
think it's Robbie Eagles has got to join Annie.
yeah,
I think that's where we're going.
I think the problem with it is because it's a 4-person faction, but obviously they don't do women's in New Japan. So B Priestley is basically just the manager, isn't she? So it is literally
Yeah.
like a 3-person.
I think she'll have the first women's match in New Japan history, though.
Oh yeah, I think she will do. I think she done well, to be fair, because they weren't doing too much with her in AEW. I know she wasn't there too long. But she's obviously done the right thing because they're living in Japan now, aren't they, as well?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So it makes sense for it to be there, and I think
She's still the Stardom champion.
yeah, she's still got the belt, yeah. So
Cool.
she's
I
top.
can't believe. Just on a side note, I can't believe how much they wasted her in AEW.
Yeah, but
Literally, the only thing I remember her doing was injuring Britt Baker.
yeah, well, that's the thing with AEW. I mean, as much as I love the product, and obviously I watch it weekly, like the women's division is just so poor.
Yeah, I also think they just signed too many people too quickly.
Yeah, and that's why like Dark so heavy now. At first, it was like 5 matches, and now they're announced like 12, whatever it is.
Mm.
But
We're getting off topic here, but yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the Empire for me is an interesting one going forward into 2021, especially if Ospreay then does pin Okada and actually beats him
Do
clean.
you think he will?
I
Because I'm getting a sneaking suspicion that Okada's going to win.
I don't know. I think see, that's the thing that I love about New Japan and Wrestle Kingdom is
Yeah, you never know who's going to win, really.
Yeah, it's very rare that you go, that person's winning today.
Especially in an Okada match, because you're always like, yeah, it's this time. This time's he's gonna beat Okada, but then Okada always wins.
Yeah, I think he's only lost one to Ospreay, which was the last match, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ospreay's always lost, so that's why you think he's got to win here. But I just get the feeling that Okada might still win.
I don't know. I'd like to see him win clean with the hidden blade.
Mm-hmm. Such a good finisher.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, when did he first use it at Kingdom against Ibushi? He was.
He everyone thought he knocked Ibushi out, but it was just a work.
Yeah, no, Ibushi sold that so well.
Oh yeah, he sold it so well. He looked like he was just legit, just gone.
Yeah. So we'll move into the third match of the night, which is a 2-on-2 tag match between.
I was not excited for this match.
Bothered by it, to be honest with you.
It was Evil and go on.
It's Evil and Yujiro. Is it Yujiro?
Yay!
Yeah,
everyone's favorite.
Sanada and Shingo. See, I'll watch any match with Shingo in.
Oh, me too. Oh, I absolutely love Shingo. Is it me, or does his mask thing look more like a wolf than a dragon? Just as a side note.
Doesn't look like a dragon, does it?
No.
I'm still shocked he was at the Super Juniors the other year because the fucking size of him.
Yeah, literally the size of him. It's like putting the fucking Big Show in the cruiserweight division. Shingo is just incredible.
Against Ospreay in the final. But,
his matches with Ospreay. Probably his first match with Ospreay was it Best of Super Junior semi-finals?
Was it not the final?
I think it was the semi-finals. That's my favourite match ever. No, because the final was against Dragon Lee, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, sure, would have been semis, yeah. That was a super.
Yeah, my favourite match ever, honestly. I love that match so much.
Yeah, because he
made me want to watch a Yujiro Takahashi match, which is a very rare thing.
Yeah, he's still in the Bullet Club. Why? We're not too sure. Same as Chase Owens, but
oi, that's not badmouth Chase Owens.
Right, so we'll go through the review on this one. So you've got Sanada's taken outside of the ring. He's just taken out straight away, isn't he? So Shingo ends up.
Yeah, he just scraps with Evil all match, doesn't
he? Yeah. So Shingo ends up in a 2-on-1 beatdown for a little bit, but then Sanada then returns to the ring very aggressively and goes after Evil. He takes him outside the ring, and then Shingo inside pins Yujiro.
Yeah, it was really quick, wasn't it?
It was really quick, but I think the whole point of it was basically Sanada versus Evil for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. Which will be fine.
I mean, I think the reason, Evil versus Sanada at Wrestle Kingdom for me is just it's another match. But then what happened afterwards where they had, Sanada come.
Yeah, this intrigues me more.
And absolute beat the shit down on Evil is the aggressive side we've not really seen of Sanada.
Yeah, he's always just been shown as just a really good wrestler, next big wrestler, but it's something different from Sanada now.
That's it.
Obviously, yeah.
He jumped on him and then just starts proper punching him in the face. And you don't
almost.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. But
that camera angle was not flattering to wrestling punches. Never zoom in. So it's a Dark Order situation again.
That was terrible, wasn't it?
It was quite bad. But they just zoomed right in of him punching the floor above Evil's head.
Oh no.
But what happened after the match after this was more intriguing to me because out comes Jeff Cobb to attack Shingo Takagi, and this intrigues me more than Evil versus Sanada.
Yeah, for the Never Openweight Championship.
Yeah.
Because he hit him with the Tour of the Islands, didn't he?
Yeah, I love that move.
That's boss. It puts him over as a heavyweight, you know what I mean? The way he just picks him up, lands him.
Yeah, he just picked him with ease.
So, although it was a short match, it's possibly setting up Evil versus Sanada and Shingo versus Cobb. Yeah. So
one thing I hope is that it's not going to be a tag team match, which it won't, but it could be.
I couldn't say unless they did a tag team night 1, and then night 2 they done.
I think they'll do a tag team match before. I think they'll do but I don't know because Evil and Jeff Cobb are in different factions. But they could do a tag team match beforehand.
Yeah, like
Evil and Jeff Cobb versus Sonada and Shingo.
Yeah, I like the way he picks up the belts and he holds onto it, and then he goes to and doesn't let go, and then that's then how in the tour of the islands.
Yeah, it was cool.
So yeah, at the moment, the first couple of matches not superb, but obviously they're setting off.
Yeah, but they do what they're meant to do, don't they? Yeah, it's more set up matches, which is how New Japan cards usually work.
Yeah, so I think if I remember right, on commentary they said Monday and Tuesday they're going to start announcing more matches for Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
So
and also we got the announcement that Kevin Kelly, the other English one, and Rocky Romero are going to be in Japan, which will make the commentary a bit better because now it's just like you see the move and it's like 1 second later they're like, oh! Like in pins, like it's already got to 2 count. They're like 1, 2. Oh, he kicked out, and he's kicked out like a second ago.
He'd done it in one of the matches later on where it was like it was a very, very near fall, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I think he's got him." And it was like, "No, he hasn't. He clearly kicked out."
No, he hasn't. They're already back up and doing moves. That's one thing, but I know that you can't really do that because he can't get into Japan.
Who's that?
Any of them? I know the Chris guy was in Japan, wasn't he? But they can't get into Japan still.
See, I'm still hoping, I know, obviously another side now, because we've been talking about Wrestle Kingdom the whole way through, I'm still hoping that we do get Mox versus Kenta. I know, obviously, you can't.
I thought we were going to, but we'll talk about that in the tag league match. I thought that was what's going to happen. I thought Moxley was going to appear.
Yes, yeah. I was a bit disappointed that he didn't, to be fair.
Yeah. But then you think about it, you're like, wait, they still can't get into the country.
Exactly, yeah. So is that going to be a part of it? Is whether or not they can get into the country?
Well, if Kevin Kelly can get there, then surely Moxley can.
That is true. That is true.
I would just like to give a pre-warning. If you hear any meowing, my cat has jumped on me.
That is true.
Just to tell everyone.
Cat wants to be a part of New Japan.
Yeah. What did you think? Not interested. Not a fan of Yujiro Takahashi.
So we go into match number 4 and we get Ibushi versus...
There's only one singles match on this card.
What's that?
There's only one singles match on this card. I just looked.
It's the main event, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing with New Japan is unfortunately they do fill it with a lot of tag matches.
Yeah.
So some of the...
But they're not... I don't mind tag... I prefer tag team wrestling to singles wrestling, but there's a different type of tag team match. Like the 6-man tags are different to like Finjuice versus God.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like when you're watching G1, that's why I tend to watch the G1 like after it's been on because then it's loads of 6-man tags before.
Yes, you can choose which matches you want to watch.
Yeah, because I'm not into. If you work out the amount of like days that they do in the G1, and then you work out the amount of 6-man tags, and it's mainly the same competitors each time in the 6-man tags. I've just not really got the time.
Like, let's watch Hiroshi Tenzan and Toa Hanare versus 2 Young Lions again.
Yeah.
And then the next day it'll be 2 different Young Lions.
So we go into match 4 and we've got Ibushi and Master. Is it Waito? Is that how you pronounce? I've not actually seen
Master Wato
before. Have you?
Yeah, me and you haven't seen a Master Wato match before.
No, so this was interesting to see what he was like versus Bushi and Naito. So we start the match with Bushi and Naito straight away, so it's completely different from when we had Ospreay and Okada in the match.
Yeah.
These got straight into it from the beginning, which I think's good to build up for the Wrestle Kingdom match. And then that is it. What's his name? Wato. I think. He looked decent. You know, he did again.
I think he looked. My only note for this match was Master Wato is very impressive.
Yeah, he's again same as.
He reminds me of Kota Ibushi in a way.
He's got a unique look, hasn't he, with the blue hair and
the blue hair and the. I always thought his tights were falling down because of that. Like, he has like the one butt cheek has a different color, doesn't it?
The design, it looks like his boxes are poking out.
Isn't it? I thought the exact same thing. I kept looking. I was like, wait, are his trousers falling down again? How old is he? I'm going to Google this, but he does remind me a lot of Kota Ibushi, actually. Like the kicks. He's got very impactful kicks.
Yeah, he did, like I say, he didn't look out of place, which is good. Same as Akan from earlier.
No, I think he... Yeah.
Did you find out how old he is?
He's only 23.
Oh, boss, he's got a big future ahead of him.
He's only 23, which looks like he's got a good future in New Japan in that case.
That's what we want, isn't it?
He was trained by Takahashi, so that can't be a bad thing.
I can see him in like a best of Super Juniors.
Yeah.
He might be the one in New Japan, to be fair, to look out for next year.
Yeah, in the best of Super Juniors.
So we've got Ibushi and Naito obviously share the ring for a fair amount of time in this match compared to the other one. Fourth between the two of them. And then we end up with Ibushi pinning Bushi. So it was a good match.
Well, before that, Master Wato hit Neo to the outside. Yeah. With the Kamigoye for the win, didn't he?
Yeah. So,
I love the Kamigoye so much.
Do you? Big fan. So we get another good build for Wrestle Kingdom, night one. Naito versus Ibushi, which is going to be a very neck-sore match.
It's going to be a very neck-heavy match. They just didn't do anything. They just had like a technical masterclass, just exchanging British holds.
It's one with a chicken wing.
Wins with like a fucking crucifix or something. Jackknife pin. Doesn't even do a move. It's just a pin.
Someone's taking a neck bump on the apron.
Changing hammerlocks for the whole match for the sport.
So yeah, again, not superb, but obviously again sets up Wrestle Kingdom. I heard them say as the usual. On March the 4th, we'll see the double champ versus the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, as they do each year.
Which could be Bushi versus Hiromu Takahashi, which sounds great.
Or we could see Jay White versus Ishimori, Bullet Club versus Bullet Club.
Ooh, I reckon that's actually probably what we have. That sounds like it could be something.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure we've seen a match before.
Jay White. Because Bullet Club, Jay White's splitting up from Bullet Club at some point soon, isn't he?
I'd assume so. I think he might get a run with the belt before he does.
But is it still too early for Jay White to be champion for a long time then? I know you really like Jay White, but...
Don't say it's too early now, because I think he's done, since he obviously had that 1 month reign, I think he's really built his heel character up. You could say
he's
like
not the most impressive in the ring.
He's not, but it's the character build too, which they don't have a lot of in New Japan, because it is mainly based solely on in ring.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing. And then you've obviously got the whole Ibushi versus Jay White, like that rivalry's been going on for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
So it'd be, I think he could easily hold the belts and face the likes of Tanahashi, Ibushi, Okada, maybe even Ospreay.
Yeah. Ospreay's got to win the G1 soon.
I'd like to see him win.
Surely. He is surely one of their biggest stars now.
I think that's why they've given him his own faction.
Yeah, they can't be for nothing.
Well, yeah, they're going to push him, and I think as well as they need to get him out of Okada's shadow.
Yeah.
He'll look better as a heavyweight if he hasn't got Okada there, basically in the same team.
The one person's never beat, really, yeah.
Well, that one
person he's faced multiple times and never beat. Well, he didn't pin him.
He did, didn't he? In the last,
Maybe.
he had that match. I think he won. That's when he turned heel on Okada.
Mm.
I think it was a dirty finish.
Oh yeah, he did actually. Yeah.
And Osprey did, sure. That's why I was saying before I wanted to see Osprey clean win over Okada. But then again, does that do anything for his heel persona?
Yeah, I don't know.
So we go into match number 5, which was
double main event time.
Yeah, World Tag League Final: Gorillas of Destiny versus Finjuice, which we got to see at last year's Wrestle Kingdom, which was a boss match. Finjuice being the 2019 league winners.
Mm-hmm.
Gorillas of Destiny.
Who were the tag champs?
The tag champs are. Hang on one sec. Let me remember.
Is it Sabre Jr. and that other guy whose name's escaped me for some reason?
Dangerous.
The shit one that has the fucking microphone.
The shit one.
What's his name? His name's escaped me. I know their tag team name.
Yeah, Dangerous Tech is. That's
the guy's fucking name.
I don't know. That's how good they are.
How are they tag champs?
Don't know. Zack Sabre Jr., isn't it?
Still time I'm Googling. It's the one with the microphone that pretends to sing his entrance.
Taichi.
I think David Finlay is. Yeah, him. Fucking Wankstein. Really can't stand Taichi. I actually can't stand him. He's so bad. He's average at best in the ring, but he's just so boring.
Didn't he start in G1 this year with like 3 wins?
Yeah.
It's like,
the thing is, with New Japan shit ones, they always beat really good people.
Toriano.
Like Toriano will go on terrible runs in the G1, but then he'll go and beat Okada or something.
Yeah, he wins the tournament.
Yeah.
Best wrestler in the world. Like Shane McMahon. Never mind.
It's just... do you know what? I think David Finney may be the most underrated member of the New Japan roster.
Do you think?
I love David Finlay so much. He's better than Juice Robinson, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's definitely better than Juice. But to be fair,
yeah.
I go forth with Juice, whether I like him or I don't like him. What do you make of his new look? Better than the hippie gimmick? Or...
I don't like it as much as his old look with the like big ass hats and shit. The big fluffy coat, the flamboyant. That was his nickname, was it? The flamboyant Juice Robinson or something?
Something like that, yeah. And then we've got Tamatonga with his new look.
I'll tell you when I liked him the most, when he was facing John Moxley. That's when I saw Juice Robinson as more than just Juice Robinson, if you know what I mean. It could actually be something.
The thing that annoyed me the most about Juice Robinson was that he was the first 2-time IWGP US champ.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have been the first 2-timer when you've got former champions, Kenny Omega and
How long
Jay
have they
White.
been around? Like 2 years now?
Yeah, about that.
It's like, I'm going to go back to AEW because that's what we always do, but it's like Cody already being a 2-time TNT champion when the belt's been around for like not even a year.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to have a 2-time champion when the belt's still in its like infancy.
Yeah, but
that's just, I agree with you there.
To put it on Juice twice when you've had, like I say, Kenny Omega and Jay White as the first 2 champs, it's a bit of a, don't know, it sort of demeaned a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Bothered about watching Juice defend the championship as much as
and now it's nowhere to be seen.
And now it's stuck in.
Well, it's just going to go to New Japan Strong, innit? Once they get it off Moxley.
Yeah, with Kenta.
I don't think it'll appear in any main. I think it'll just go on to New Japan Strong.
I think it'll still do pay-per-views.
I don't know.
Or maybe they'll do.
I can't say I've watched a New Japan Strong show yet.
I haven't.
No, man. It's like weekly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a weekly show. Yeah.
Which you don't really expect from New Japan, which is not. I don't like that with New Japan.
And it's not on weekly.
You know, I don't like that it is on that they have a weekly show now.
Yeah, but it's not really.
I don't think that's what New Japan should be. New Japan works best because they do big shows with big blow-offs.
Yeah. It's
But
different.
I think you overexpose characters in wrestling if you have weekly shows in the New Japan type of setting.
Yes, yeah. You wouldn't be able to have the neck bumps and stuff like that if it's a weekly show, would you?
Mm.
So anyway,
Yeah.
go back to the match because we went.
But, you know, they got it. It's really the NXT UK of New Japan they're in it.
Yeah. So we'll go through the match. So it starts off as a pretty evenly match. Both sides doing well.
Yeah.
Gorillas
Just
of
to point
Destiny.
out, Gio Dia with Jado to start off with.
Jado, yeah. But you get Gorillas of Destiny isolate Finlay and beat him down. Finlay goes for the hot tag and Tongaloa stops it by dropping Juice off the side.
That is the closest tag I've seen in that situation. In the classic, like pull him off the apron. I've never seen it be as close as that.
It was really good, and it looked like he proper fucking face planted the side as you went down. So then Juice finally gets the tag and then beats down both members of Gorillas of Destiny, with the crowd then starting to get into their clapping because they don't tend to cheer in New Japan.
Yeah, they're not allowed to, are they? They're not allowed to anymore with COVID, they said. That's the regulations.
Is it really?
They can clap, but they can't cheer or make noise. Yeah.
Wow. Didn't actually know that.
Yeah, they used to be able to, but they're not allowed now because of like spreading COVID germs and shit.
To be fair, like when they were chanting, it was always so quiet anyway compared to like an American or a UK crowd, isn't it? You know what I mean? I think the biggest.
I don't think New Japan needs fans there.
No. I think
New Japan isn't like a the crowd are getting behind the babyface to make his comeback. It's not really like if New Japan doesn't exactly need fans. It's sort of like the UFC.
Yeah,
it doesn't exactly need fans with that type of wrestling that they do.
Yeah, that's a point. Yeah, well, I mean, some of the entrances work with fans, but so
yeah, the only place it needs fans is when Minoru Suzuki's making his entrance, so they can all shout Kazanina Ray.
So you've got this match going 50-50 at this point, back and forth, both using some good solid tag team moves. You get Tongaloa getting the near fall after a frog splash off the top rope. And then we have all four members in the ring absolutely laying each other out one at a time.
Yeah, I love these section of tag matches where everyone just comes in, does one move, then the next person does a move.
Yes, and it works so well, especially in New Japan like style match, because you don't know what the next move's gonna be. It's not like in WWE where you see John Cena's gonna hit someone with a shoulder tackle.
Yeah, here he comes. It's the 5 moves of doom.
With his finishing side punch, was it?
Oh fucking hell! The lightning fist.
Something like that, yeah. It was fucking shocking.
Because he'd been training for like some sort of martial arts movie or something.
That no one watched. So we get the ref getting
the best finisher of all time.
We get the ref getting distracted, and Tama hits Juice with a kendo, and we get another near fall.
Well, Jado got ejected earlier, didn't he? And he came back down. Distracted the ref.
Yes, that's what I've missed on my notes. But yeah, he did. Yeah, so he distracts the ref, and then that's when he then hits Juice with the kendo stick.
I can't not hear it in my head like Jim Ross going, "You damn son of a bitch."
I think the comms did all right in this match. To be fair, the commentary team did all.
I love New Japan commentary. I just don't love the out of sync commentary. It's like when nobody else watches this from America, so it's like when you're watching the Premier League and it's got the added crowd noise, and then the shot's gone like 30 miles wide, and then the crowd are like, "Ooh," the fake crowd noise. It's like it just takes you out of it a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah, or it's where they hit the side net and they've pressed the button for the chair, and then it just stops when they realise that it didn't go in.
Well, oh no, Jeff, stop it! He's put it in Rose's head.
Yeah. Shall we get?
One Australian listener will understand that as well.
Yeah. Well, saying that, what's his name? Ryan Stuckey, who's one of the admin teams in the wrestling group. He's from Australia, and he's a big Chelsea fan. They do watch some Premier League over there.
Yeah, we've got one singular Australian listener on the podcast as well.
Have we? Yeah. What team did it do?
And then the rest, everyone's from the UK.
Yeah,
so shout out to the Australian one if you're listening.
Yeah, we need to learn your name.
Yeah, find us.
Shout us out. We will shout you out on the next pod as our one Australian.
Yeah, we
fan.
will. Yeah.
So we get the Guerrillas of Destiny put Finn Juice into separate submissions in the middle of the ring, which is
one of them is like the original Jado Killer in it, the crossface or something.
Yeah, so obviously it looks like they could tap, but we get a rope break.
I don't like Scorpion Deathlocks. I think it's such an awful submission.
Even when Sting done
it? Especially when Sting did it. The sharpshooter, obviously, it's just a sharpshooter, and I'd never like the sharpshooter or whatever you want to call it. It's just not. It doesn't look good. It's like a Boston Crab. It doesn't look like it hurts.
What about the Walls of Jericho?
Only if it's a lion tamer, I can do a lion tamer. That looks sick where he puts his knee on the back of his neck. But the Walls of Jericho is just a Boston Crab at the end of the day.
I know, but he's won championships with it and everything.
It's like there's so many submissions in wrestling that look shit.
That's true.
Like the figure 4 doesn't look like it hurts either.
No, the reversal. I hate the reversal of a figure 4 where they flip it over.
Oh, he's twisted over so it can't hurt anymore.
It hits the other guy instead, doesn't it?
Yeah, somehow. It's just the same thing, but they're on their bellies.
Maybe someone knows how it actually physically hurts you. Maybe he wants to shout us out and let us know.
Yeah, if anyone can tell us how the reversing the pressure makes it hurt the other person, please let us know.
Unless you've got a dodgy knee and that's hitting the mat, and maybe that's why it then hurts.
Yeah, maybe.
So again, like I say, we've got Guerrillas of Destiny and Finn Juice. They are using some really good tag team moves, showing off that they have.
I was about to say Finn Juice are doing like all the shout outs to the old tag teams.
Yeah, we get Guerrillas of Destiny hitting the Magic Killer and getting a very close 2 counts on.
Hate the Magic Killer.
Not a fan.
But I've spoken about this a few times. It's the classic what I've been talking about, the tag move where the one person just does nothing.
Just standing there.
It's like one of them just stands there with his legs on their shoulder and then just takes his legs off their shoulder. Cool. And then the other person twists them around and everything, picks them up, twists them around.
So the lazy bastard gets to pick them up.
I've spoken enough about shit tag team finishers. I've never liked the Magic Killer.
So we've got Juice reversing the Super Powerbomb.
Oh, that was so good. The Hurricane Rana after the Super Powerbomb.
Yes. The Super Powerbomb, obviously, Guerrillas of Destiny have been using it quite a lot lately to win matches. So it was good to see it get a good reversal in the match, because obviously when they're setting up the Super Powerbomb, you expect them to get the win, don't you?
Yeah. Nobody kicks out the Super Powerbomb.
So then we get, obviously, the run-in from our friend Kenta.
Yeah, our personal close friend Kenta.
Our personal close friend Kenta.
Yeah.
With the...
Known him since birth,
US briefcase smashes Juice on the head.
He fucks up that briefcase, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he's used it a good few times, hasn't he, against was it Takahashi?
Yeah, probably.
Looks,
He's probably used it against everyone.
it looks like it's got a big piece of tape holding the middle part together.
I hope it does.
Did you notice, like, the commentators were saying that Juice was split open? I
didn't see it.
Closer.
No, me.
So
I was like, oh, has he? I wanted to see it.
yeah,
Because wrestling fans, if they hear blood, they're like, oh.
Yeah, there was no close up at all, which I was shocked about. So maybe
No.
they didn't actually bust them open.
No, I think they probably just said it.
But then they'll zoom in on someone missing punches. Never mind.
They'll zoom in on Sonata punching the mat. New Japan cameras, they do like a good zoom in, don't they?
Yeah.
Like when Yujiro comes out with his lady friend, you can basically see her rectum, like. They get right up in there, you know.
Oh God. It's like the only decent
What
thing.
What is the one's name that dressed up like a bunny?
Couldn't tell yet, and it's not the bunny because she's an AW.
Yeah, it's Ali.
So obviously we get the finish after the briefcase shot. We get the super power bomb for the
Which
pin.
looked hard as fuck. Looked so good. He flew. It was Juice Robinson that took it, didn't he?
Yeah, and does he end up in the middle of the ring?
Yeah, pretty much.
So we get our tag league winners now on. That's the first time, isn't it, that they've actually won it?
Yeah.
This was the fourth final, and
they've had the tag titles like 6 times, haven't they? But they've never won a tag league.
Yeah. So obviously this now.
But your favourite Tangaloa getting the.
Do you know what though? You gotta look at it though. Is like the Guerrillas of Destiny and Finjuice are the best tag teams in New Japan.
Yeah, since they lost the Young Bucks and War Machine and everyone.
Yeah, Good Brothers, they were there too, weren't they?
Yeah, I've never rated them though. I just think Carl Anderson's good and Luke Gallows is Luke Gallows.
He'll always be the imposter Kane.
That's a story for another day. They've lost Evil and Sonada. Yeah, they've split up now.
So, are we excited for Guerrillas of Destiny versus Dangerous Tekkers at Wrestle Kingdom?
I'm gonna go with no.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Dangerous Tekkers.
Just Tai Chi's in the match.
I want to see Guerrillas of Destiny champions again, but I think Finjuice versus Guerrillas of Destiny again would have been better.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Suzuki Gun split up, or like Zack Sabre Jr. takes over. I saw it somewhere and they could like, what if Zack Sabre Jr. turns on Suzuki and make it Suzuki? No, not Suzuki Gun, Sabre Gun. I think that'd be cool.
Do you think?
I think when Suzuki's got to retire soon, surely.
It doesn't look like he's going to retire soon in the matches.
Well, no, he's still beating people up, but.
I just think it's superb that like he's booked as like this psycho man, and then obviously you go on his Instagram and he's like, "Oh, look at my socks." Oh no,
I don't like Suzuki Gun that much. No, I think they're a bit of a shit faction.
I think they need to start like getting rid of some of the factions now.
Yeah.
They've been around for so long. You know, obviously we've got Empire.
They do have a lot, don't they? I swear everyone in New Japan's in a faction.
Yeah.
You got like Chaos, Bullet Club, Suzuki Gun. Then you got like Ryosuke Taguchi's faction, whatever they call themselves.
You got.
I swear there's just a rotating cast in his faction.
You got LIJ.
Yeah. Go on, pronounce it, Ryan. I want to hear you pronounce it.
Los Inagulables.
Los Ingobernables de Japón. Is that what you're trying to say?
That's the one. Listen to you with your little pronunciation.
Isn't it? Escalada de la Muerte, Los Ingobernables de Japón. I'm just just multicultural, me.
I just love the way they say it. It's like when Naito does it in the speech and he goes, De Ha Pan. And it's like, mate, it's Japan. That's how
Japan.
It's Japan.
Japan.
It's not Japan. It's Japan.
It's not Japan, it's Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, also it is wrong, innit? What's Japan? What does Ingobernables mean?
I don't know.
Keep talking.
Maybe we should have done a bit more research.
Really?
Right, let's see. It means ungovernable.
Ungovernable Japan.
It's basically just the ungovernable Japan.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
It's Spanish as well, not because there's a faction in Mexico first, wasn't it?
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah. And then they made LIJ.
I mean, there's just so many factions now. I don't think there's much point.
No. Empire as well.
That's what I mean. Empire's coming up, so surely they need to start making a bit of space by like splitting up some of the old ones that no one really cares about.
I just think there's no one good in Suzuki Gun anymore. Really. I mean, Desperado, Suzuki, and Saber Jr. are good. But then you've got like Yoshinobu Kanemaru, who's awful.
Yeah.
You've got like a Doki fella who's he's just shit. They've got that like Takahashi Iisuka if he's still wrestling.
Yeah.
So they lost like Lance Archer and Davey Boy Smith, didn't they?
Yeah, they were a good team.
But I much prefer Lance Archer as he is now than over what he was in New Japan. Well, he started to be like that in New Japan towards the end, didn't he? But then he left for AEW.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we could see Davey Boy Smith turning up in AEW. He's coming out of contract soon, isn't he? I believe.
I just think. But would you want to see him go back into a team with Lance Archer?
No.
Because like wasn't that like their whole gimmick in New Japan? Just they went around and spat water at people.
Yeah, pretty much.
Imagine what they'd be doing if they were in the pandemic. They'd literally have nothing. You can't go and do that during COVID. They'd literally just do nothing.
Just fling masks at people. Squirt them with hand sanitizer.
That's the one thing I love about Toriano, because he used to spit water, didn't he? But now he just gets a spray bottle.
Yeah.
Like a dog.
See, I think if they did put him in AEW, they could do maybe like, you know, like Matt Cardona done like a 2-3 month program. They could do that where he just turns up to just basically go after Lance Archer. I'd like to see them two face each other for a couple of matches. But long term,
it would be good.
Not that interested in him.
But that's what AEW do. This is what the biggest criticism of AEW I have. It's like in the Open Challenge. I would have liked to see someone come in for the Open Challenge and not get signed.
Did we not have that happen? No.
No, because let's think. The two outsiders that came in were Ricky Starks and Eddie Kingston, really, weren't they? And they both got signed. So it doesn't. I just think, this Open Challenge open to anyone. Well, it's not really, because you're just going to make them on your own roster. So it's not really open to anyone, is it?
It's open to everyone, and then it's you had a good match. Here's a contract.
Yeah, here you go. That's what I mean. AEW did sign too many people, but let's talk about New Japan again.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, let's get into the main event.
Yeah, main event. Takahashi versus El Desperado.
I miss Daryl. Where's Daryl gone?
Where's Daryl?
Where's the cat?
Where are you, Daryl?
Come on, Daryl.
He's not.
Daryl will come on the podcast.
He's not used Daryl since he's returned, does he?
No. Didn't Daryl get murdered or something?
I don't know.
I feel like I remember hearing something like Daryl got murdered, then came back to life at one point.
I know. Was that on Be the Elite?
It might have been.
Because he started that in New Japan, didn't he?
Yeah. Speaking of animals, here we go, is a good segue. Do you think Desperado looked a bit like a zebra today? Well, yesterday.
With the black and white. It was the
because
mouth
obviously, yeah, it made him look like a zebra. I couldn't take him seriously. I just thought, wait, why is he a zebra?
Why is he from Madagascar?
Could you imagine if Hiromu came out dressed as the giraffe?
Now that is a proper segue from the fucking main events. It's like one of the best matches of the year, and we're like, oh yeah, fucking Madagascar, man.
Yeah, what if Hiromu came out dressed as a hippo? That'd be good.
So so it's the best of the Super Juniors final.
This match ruled.
We've got Hiromu Takahashi in his 7th final, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, I believe he was in his 7th final, and before this match, he'd won it once.
Is that it? I thought he won it. When did he win it? Was it the last one?
No, because that was Ospreay, wasn't it? Didn't Ospreay win last 2? Ospreay won 2 at the belts, did they?
I don't know, because they just always do this. I lose track because it's just you win the Super Junior, you're the champion. Now you're the champion. Yeah. Every time there's a return to the junior division, it's just they win the title instantly. So I lose track of who wins anything.
I know. Ospreay definitely won it 2 years on the bounce. I think it was the last 2.
Yeah, it might have been.
So the fans seem to be up for this one, clapping their hands together.
As opposed to clapping their hands where?
On the legs.
Not together.
So El Desperado, I believe, missed out on last year's due to an injury after he was originally announced for this tournament. So obviously he's had a year to get himself back, and you couldn't tell that he was injured last year because he was on it. But it wasn't that long ago. Hiromu come back as well. Did
he broke his neck again, didn't he?
Did he come back for the last year's one?
He came back and beat Ospreay.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like every time there's a return, they just win the junior heavyweight title.
He beat him at Kingdom, was it?
Yeah, because I feel like Ospreay won the title, and then Takahashi came out and was like, "My turn. I'm holding it now."
That was it. I remember it wasn't Will Ospreay the champion when he won it last year?
Yeah, because he was wanting to go heavyweight, wasn't he?
Yeah, he won it.
They were just like, nah.
And then he picked his
opponent. Staying as a junior heavyweight champion, and then Takahashi came back.
Yes, I remember now. God, it doesn't feel like it was like 11 months ago.
That feels like 3 years ago. Honestly.
So it starts off with a lot of fast-paced back and forth. Match goes outside the ring with Takahashi hitting the guardrails a good few times on his back.
Classic New Japan.
Classic New Japan. El Desperado makes use of the exposed turnbuckle and then starts to go to work on Hiromu's knee.
At least he didn't go to work on his neck.
I know.
I thought more effective if you think about it.
I thought he was going to start working on his back, the way he took them back shots on the guardrails and then obviously then into the turnbuckle as well.
I feel like Takahashi just wants to be retired by the 40 or paralysed by 40.
It's another Ibushi Naito, isn't it? Where they just get everywhere. So
Takahashi just has no regard.
Yeah. Did you see
there's the one point in the match where he went to do his sunset flip to the outside and just didn't get Desperado at all and just flipped onto the floor, and you could hear it. You're like, oh,
slaps his back, but then he jumped straight up.
Yeah. See, that's that made me think it was a botch. I think he just missed him.
Because he kept hold of the ropes, and I was like, he didn't move.
Did he?
So we get the comeback from Takahashi, and did you see that move where he stretched him over the top rope, where he had his legs?
Yeah, I thought he was about to do a poison. He nearly did a poison runner on the apron by accident. I was like, oh, don't die.
He was hanging him over the ropes, and I was like, fuck me, his legs are
it was essentially like a poison runner neck hold, wasn't it?
It was sick. I really enjoyed that move.
Me too.
I tell you what, this match was so 50-50.
Honestly, yeah. I thought Desperado was going to win at some points.
Yeah, especially the way he was working.
I don't think I ever truly thought Desperado was going to win, but they made me think that Desperado was going to win at certain points.
Well, this is the thing, again, like we were saying before, is you never 100% really who's going to win what match.
No.
And I think that's why New Japan attracts me so much.
Yeah, because I'm going to sound like such a smart kid, but I usually can tell when it's like going to be a false finish.
Yeah.
And you can always see there's a little trick. If you look at the guy that's on the floor, if they're looking at the ref, it means they're going to kick out. If their eyes are closed, they're not kicking out.
If they watch the referee's hand.
Yeah, and also if they're in a roll-up, if they're shaking their legs, they're not kicking out. That's something else for you as well. They usually don't kick out if they're like wobbling their legs around.
There you
go. Just ruining wrestling for you guys.
So then we get the action goes back outside again. With Desperado taking control of the match and then hammering Hiromu's knee with a chair.
Yeah, again, shades of Great O'Khan and Tanahashi.
Yeah, but we don't get a disqualification because Red Shoes decides it's too important and continues the match.
I don't think I've ever seen a DQ in a proper New Japan match. I've seen them in like 6-man tags where there's interference, but you can just basically do whatever you want in New Japan, can't you?
Yeah, they get
like Suzuki Gun matches. They just all take them outside and start hitting them with chairs, and you're like, ref.
Well, they call it referee's discretion, don't they? And I know they've done it in AEW once, twice, but he's absolutely
like John Moxley matches, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's obliterating his knee with a chair, and the ref's like, "Yeah, carry on."
I can understand in like a Best of Super Juniors final match, but in like a 6-man tag match where like Minoru Suzuki's taken someone outside, just started beating the shit out of him with a chair.
See, the thing is with like New Japan is the chairs are so shit. The fucking middle always falls out. Yeah. But then you look at the tables, and the tables are so thick.
Can't you just make the tables out of what they make the chairs out of?
I remember listening to the podcast Chris Jericho done after he faced Kenny Omega at Kingdom, and I think they went through a table and that, and they used the chair and that as well. And he's like, the chair, wasn't that bad. He said, but I got dropped on the table, and he said it's ridiculous the thickness of the table. And you got your head.
It's basically just like land on a dining room table, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you put it in WE, like you can set up the table and it can just collapse in the middle.
Yeah.
So we get.
I'll go through the WWE table.
Yeah, anyone would. It's fuck all. So we get on the 20-minute call. Even though it's no time limit, so I don't know why they've done a 20-minute call, but there you go.
Yeah.
Hiromu's back in
19
again. Back in the knee submission.
Is it like the numero dos in it?
Yeah, numero dos. He's getting stretched.
A bit of a shit name, but.
And then he does the fantastic reversal into a destroyer.
Oh, that was great.
Because he's lifting.
I do love a good Canadian destroyer.
But how awkward is that to get from that position? Because he's getting proper stretched, and she lifts him up to stretch him more, and he climbs up and flips him out.
Do you know what I love? New Japan replays. Where they're like, oh, look at this great reversal into the destroyer, and it only shows him doing the destroyer. It doesn't show how they got there.
Yeah. Do you know what annoys me as well? Is the one thing that does annoy me is sometimes if you just happen to look away or whatever when a match is on, it goes.
That's literally what I did. This is my point. I looked away. I had a buzz on my phone, so I had a look, and then I heard Kevin Kelly go, "Oh, destroyer!" So I was like, "Ooh!" And they're like, "Here's a replay," and it literally just showed him getting power drive. I was like, "Oh."
Yeah. But it's like at the end of a match, they'd never.
And then it's like, "Oh, look at the impact on this move," and then it just shows them falling to the ground, and you don't actually see what move they did.
Yeah, well, it's like at the end of the match, they don't show you the replay of the finish.
No, they just show. Yeah.
So if you look away, it goes 1, 2, 3, ding, ding, and you look back and you're like, "Oh fuck, what happened there?" They're not going to show you.
Yeah. Just while we're talking about things that aren't that important, New Japan World needs to fix itself.
You struggling with it, weren't you? You were saying.
I was literally. You'd started at what, like an hour or so after me, and we were already basically on the same match because I was buffering that much.
Yeah, it was like you texted me like 20 minutes before I finished to say you're just watching it. But see, I watched it on my phone, and I feel like it's more compatible for the phone.
I had to watch it on my phone at that point. So New Japan World needs to fix itself because I'm not having it.
I have struggled with it when I've had it on the Kindle Fire Stick.
Yeah. I just hope it doesn't do it when I'm trying to watch it live.
Yeah, because I'm not watching Wrestle Kingdom on my phone.
Yeah, and I'm not watching. I'm not crouching like bending over to watch it on my phone.
If I'm doing that, I might as well just go to work and keep my phone up.
Yeah, literally.
So we get Red Shoes getting knocked into the corner, and El Desperado.
I love wrestling in New Japan because they're all the rest are like 60.
I just love the fact his name's Red Shoes.
Isn't his son in the dojo?
Yeah, his son is one of the.
Shota Umino, isn't it?
He does like the ringside, doesn't he? Because fucking if you remember when Chris Jericho put him in the fucking walls, screaming at Red Shoes.
What's his name? Is it Shota Umino?
I don't know because I'm sure at the time
I'm pretty sure it's Red Shoes Umino, isn't it?
I think they were calling him Red Shoes Junior or something at the time. So we get Desperado hitting a low blow. And then, did you see the right hand punch from Takahashi?
I did.
Connect straight to the jaw.
Oh, I did indeed.
Red Shoes
just absolutely sparked him out.
I think he'd have got the pin off just that punch if Red Shoes was off.
Yeah. Shoot pin.
Yeah, I'm taking it. This is my new finisher. It's called the Lightning Fist Punch.
This is my new finisher. I call it the Lightning Punch. Just a punch.
Show them.
To be fair, it's more impactful than the fucking Lightning Fist.
Oh, mate, yeah, the burning fist.
Lightning Fist sounds like a porn category.
To be fair, it was more effective than Jericho's spinning elbow as well.
Jude, I didn't like the Jude's effect at first, but it's kind of grown on me.
Yeah, he can do it better now. Like when he first on it, it was like
it's like when he hit. Yeah. Because when he used it again, it was when he hit it on Colt Cabana, and then I was sort of like, you know what, this is actually all right.
Yeah,
but it's taken a while.
Colt just took that to the face, though.
Yeah, it's probably because he actually just hit him with an elbow. But still.
Yeah, because I think did he use it on Hangman at first, and it just looked fucking dog shit.
Yeah.
It looked like
it looked like an old like SmackDown versus Raw animation.
Yeah. It literally looks like he reversed the move and then pinned him.
Yeah. Yeah. Because we've just been trained to like a back elbow is just something you do when someone's grabbing you, innit?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, he's going for a German suplex. Oh, back elbow.
Pin. What?
Yeah. I quite like that, actually. Somebody just goes to German suplex Jericho, just hits him with an elbow, and that's it.
And then he's the first AEW World Champ off a reversal.
That's going to be the finish to the Okada Ospreay match.
Yeah,
like when you hit him, when you elbow them in the stomach.
Yeah,
that's it. That's what's going to happen. That's the finish to that match.
I reckon it'd be great. He's fucking Okada's down on his knees, and Ospreay's going for the hidden blade, and he runs up, and Okada just goes, "Oh, fuck off." A little elbow, fuck off, and then pins him.
Little punch to the stomach. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, spinning soul butt for the finish.
So anyway, let's get back to the match because we're coming up to the best part of the match where Takahashi,
oh my God,
ape shit because he's been low blowed and starts ripping El Desperado's mask off his face.
Daryl runs in and hits a Canadian destroyer.
Imagine
Karabushi versus Daryl and DDT.
Oh no, that's not a thing, is it?
He's wrestled a blow up doll, so why not?
Was it Kenny Omega that wrestled them off?
Yeah. I think that's just to prove that he could have a good match with a mop. I mean, he's wrestled a 9-year-old girl as well, and that was actually quite good.
Yeah. So anyway,
yeah. Speaking, there's no real way to segue from that, is there?
he starts ripping the mask
Speaking
off
of
now.
pops, Hiromu Takahashi.
Yeah. Because in New Japan, they have it as the rule, don't they? If you rip the mask off, it's an instant DQ, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So I'm not
obviously,
sure what the ref.
he
I'm not
ripped
sure what
half
ref
of
is
it.
thinking.
Well, he ripped half of it, so he doesn't have
Yeah,
to rip it fully off.
it can't be a DQ because he didn't rip all of it off. So.
Yeah, and then he takes it off himself, and we get to see his face.
Yeah. I heard that didn't the who's the little nerd, the English nerd that knows all the Japanese shit in the commentary team?
Oh, don't know. I'm not big on the commentary.
I swear he said at some point that he unmasked at some point in New Japan as well.
All right, okay. Because normally when they take the
But this is
mask
the
off,
first time I've seen him unmasked.
yeah, if they take the mask off,
I always
put it
imagine
back on.
people with masks on to be bold.
Like Ray.
Yeah, just because when you see if you see an unmasking in like Mexico, which is very uncommon, but they're always bald.
Saying that Pence is not.
No, I thought out of the two Luchadors, who would you think would be bold, Penta or Phoenix? I would have thought it'd be Penta. Yeah, but Phoenix is the bold one, isn't he?
Yeah, because he's a wannabe Ray. So
yeah, pretty much.
So then we get the removing of the rest of the match, and then you get a fucking full on brawl between the two where they're
they
rolling
beat
around,
the shit out of each other,
beating the fuck out of each other, which I thought was really good. And then we get that headbutt. Did you see that headbutt as well?
Yeah. Hiromu just went, fuck off, mate, and just headbutted him.
I tell you what, he took some hits in the jaw, didn't he, with that punch and then the headbutt.
Desperado needs to learn to sell. Take him back to the dojo. Do what they're doing. Do what WWE are doing to Keith Lee. Send him back to the Performance Center.
Oh, that is shocking. Is it Drew Gulak that's training him?
Really?
I think, is it? Did I read that right? Drew Gulak's the one. I think James posted it. Did James post it? Yeah, on the group. I'm sure it said Drew Gulak was training him. So you can imagine Drew Gulak's there, like, I've got some people to train, and then fucking Keith Lee walks in, former NXT champion, former fucking North American champion,
the only ever double champion in NXT history.
Walks in. And he's like, what
technically
the fuck
Adam
am I
Cole,
gonna do?
but yeah, what am I doing? You're gonna see Keith Lee coming out doing like Dragon Sleepers and shit now. I can't wait for the Keith Lee PowerPoint presentation.
I just can't imagine what he could be teaching him. I mean, the whole point in them fast tracking into the main roster was to do something with him, and then he didn't.
Just if anyone's ever wondering why we don't do Raw and SmackDown reviews, that's why. Yeah,
this is why, because it's basically shit on every person that's come up from NXT and keep pushing the shit no one wants.
Literally, the people that come up from NXT, aka pretty much the only good wrestlers on WWE's roster,
and then go straight back or released. Every tag team come up.
So this is why we don't do WWE reviews, except if it's a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And even then, you won't find either of us on there.
That is true.
Yeah.
So anyway,
real shit, bro.
Anyway, back to the match. I mean, this match was fucking amazing for me. You know, you got Takahashi driving Desperado into the exposed turnbuckle.
Yeah, he busted open his back, didn't he?
Yeah,
there's like the Death Valley driver into the corner that he does.
Yeah, see the marks on his back when he left the ring. Fuck.
Did they expose the turnbuckle then, or was that still there from the Toriano match?
Yeah, previous match. It wasn't in there.
It's been there since the first match of the show. Nobody thought to put it back on.
Well, they needed it for the finish of the main event.
They could have just taken it off again. Surely the ref would have gone, actually, because that's where they used it in the tag match, didn't they? In the tag league match.
Yeah.
Surely somebody would have gone, you know what? We should probably just put this corner pad back on.
It's on eBay. It was already on eBay by then. Toriano had signed it. It was on eBay.
Has it?
I don't know.
I love Toriano.
Yeah, of course.
I'm going to check eBay quickly.
So we get the exposed turnbuckle, and then we get the kick out of the time bomb.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that.
It was like the time bomb number 1. He has like time bomb 2 now, doesn't he?
Yeah. Did he won with time bomb 2?
Yeah.
because it
Well,
comes shortly
the
after.
Desperado also like hit the something or other Mexican words.
Oh, you don't know them. That's not like you.
Sorry, yeah, I can pronounce them if I see them. I just don't know them. Something
So-
loco.
Sean Loco. It's the only
Yeah.
Mexican word I can remember.
I know that means crazy, so it's the something crazy.
So we get 2 time bombs and then a pin for Hiromu Takahashi taking the taking his second Best of the Super Juniors tournament win.
Yeah. There was no confetti or anything this time, was there?
Yeah. After he done the
Oh, was it? Did I just skip that part?
You must have done. He done the speech, didn't he, where he was saying to Desperado that
Yeah.
that one not finished yet, and then it was he done another speech to the crowd, and then after that they released the blue confetti.
Oh, I missed the blue confetti. That's my favourite part.
Oh, that's
I looked at I pressed the, like you can see how long's left, and there's like another hour left. I was like, what?
Yeah, because they did a whole aftermatch talk.
They do like the after the match interviews, don't they?
Yeah. So I skipped on to that just to see if he was attacked by like Ishimori or anything, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
Because that's the match that we're now going to get, isn't it?
I don't watch them because I can't speak Japanese. So.
I watch it when it's like Jay White or Will Ospreay.
Yeah. Yeah, the ones that speak the language you can hear.
Yeah, I used to do it with Kenny Omega, and then he'd just speak in fucking Japanese.
Yeah, and you're like, Kenny,
Kenny,
come on,
So-
lad. How dare you speak their native language? You bitch. How dare you make an effort to speak the language of the country you live in?
And then he'd just end it with "Good night, bang," and you're like,
Goodbye and good night, bang. Thanks,
like, that's
Kenny.
the English fucking part you're gonna put in there.
Yeah.
It's just boss having someone translating Kenny Omega.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody translating the Canadian. Well, Will Ospreay did it at the one time, didn't he? Because he had to learn how to say that he was moving to Japan, didn't he?
Yes.
Because then they have the little like nerd on the commentary that can translate to English.
Yeah, I think sometimes he loses where he's saying, and he's sort of like, yeah, it's something about.
Yeah, he can't really. He doesn't. He probably doesn't even know how to speak Japanese. He's just guessing.
Yeah. It's like them. What you call it? You have the people in the corner of the TV when you got a program on at like 5
Sign
in the morning.
language people.
Yeah. And some of the things that they do the sign language for, and you're like, fuck off. That's not the word.
Yeah, that's not. Is it like some sort of like three-piece dance routine, like some interpretive dance for like one for the word what or something? You're like, that is not how you say what, and they've gone like eh?
And it's just seeing that.
That's sensitive, but we'll leave that in. at least this isn't a video podcast.
But I just feel like that's what he does. On comes, he's like, you can, by his face, he seems to be unhappy with someone, maybe. And no, he's happy.
Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. Oh, that must have been Kevin Case. Like, I take this from this. Do you guys agree? And then the other one's like, no.
I think you fucked up there, lad.
You're full of shit, Kevin. Shut up.
So Hiromu Takahashi versus Ishimori at Wrestle Kingdom. Now they faced, didn't they, if I remember right, a couple of years back at the Best of Super Juniors final.
I'm gonna go with you on that because you're the New Japan expert. Remember?
I think it was either. I'm sure it was the final because it was an absolute mind blowing match, and I think I actually
can imagine. Yeah.